Uncertain, a knight in fine armor awakens somewhere in a jungle. The previous night, he recalls dozing off while playing a video game. This morning, he has a similar appearance to his gaming character. When he decides to try out his skills, he discovers that they are all as potent as those his video game character could use, if not more so. He is even able to perform some skills that he was unable to use in the game. He uses a short-range teleportation spell to leave the forest and head to a town after realizing he is hungry and has neither money nor food. He discovers that he resembles a skeleton when he sees his reflection in a river since he selected the skeleton avatar while playing the game. He makes the decision to always keep his face hidden and avoid drawing attention to himself because he knows that everyone would think he is a monster. He travels about the town of Luvierte after arriving there and realizes he needs to find employment. He hears a pink-haired elf woman arguing with someone as he walks into a side alley. He tries to approach her after getting thrilled about seeing a real elf but gets lost in the crowd. The knight requests a mercenary license from the guildmaster during a mercenary guild. The knight starts acting like a noble paladin to avoid suspicion and persuades the guildmaster that he needs the license while appearing to be wealthy. He must take down 3 monsters, beasts, bandits, or other creatures in order to obtain the license. The knight later defeats 2 boars in a forest when an orc assaults him. As soon as the knight sees his first orc, he slashes him in half with his sword out of excitement. The knight later encounters a group of bandits who attack the coach as he returns to town. The robbers prepare to attack the 2 remaining women after killing all the guards. The knight, who is hiding in the bushes, is hesitant to assist because he doubts his ability to deal with so many adversaries at once. He finally makes up his decision and attacks the robbers, dispatching 3 of them with a single slash. The rest attempt to flee, but the knight also defeats them with a strike from a flying sword. The women identify themselves as Lauren, a royal from the Luvierte line, and Rita, her attendant, and express their gratitude for protecting them. The knight steals the bandits' loot when the 2 of them aren't looking. The knight identifies himself as Ark as they are reuniting. He remembers the origin story for his video game persona, albeit he keeps it a secret from others. He played a cursed knight who was searching for a solution to heal himself while traversing the countryside. Ark obtains his mercenary license back in town and displays the orc and swine he killed to the guildmaster. Ark happily finds a room in an inn, orders a full meal for himself, and thoroughly enjoys it. He comes to the realization that this isn't just a game but actual life and anticipates his upcoming tasks while laughing aloud. To avoid drawing too much attention to himself, Ark one day agrees to help a girl choose some therapeutic herbs. He made the decision to exclusively accept such low-profile tasks. He encounters Marka as he enters a tranquil village. She is initially intimidated by Ark's intimidating appearance, but she soon becomes friendly with him. While they stroll through the forest, Marka confides in Ark that she wishes to assist her mother in gathering medical herbs because she works so hard every day. Ark feels someone watching them as they move, but it turns out to be a little, multi-tailed green fox. Ark casts a spell to heal it after noticing its damage. After the fox is fully cured, he refuses to leave Ark and brings a panta along. Ark and Marka locate the plant they were hunting for after they get at a clearing. Behind Marka, a huge, dragon-like beast arises out of nowhere. Ark saves her and slays the beast before it can harm her. Ark discovers he is facing a huge basilisk, an extremely deadly high-level monster, as he avoids its poisonous breath. He is attacked by the basilisk, but Ark manages to fend it off by evading and blocking its long tongue and sharp claws. Ark, shocked at his own strength, creates a massive sword of light underneath the basilisk and kills it in one blow while continuing to deflect its blows. Following the battle, Ark requests that Marka not inform the locals that he killed the basilisk so as to blend in. A peculiar ring is also visible around the basilisk's leg, but it vanishes before he can investigate it. After they go back to the village, Marka meets up with her mother, who is relieved that nothing bad occurred to her daughter but is still concerned. Around dusk, Ark and Marka bid each other goodbye and Marka's younger sister presents Ark with a flower crown. That evening, someplace else, a group of friends engage in combat and narrowly succeed in taking down a second enormous basilisk. When they see the basilisk's dead body and realize it was slain in one blow, they are impressed. Ark and Puvna take pleasure in their dinner back at the inn. Ark makes the decision to undertake more difficult missions and assist more people in the future after reflecting on Marka's thanks. One evening, Ark is in a cave pursuing several bandits. After some time, Ark has grown accustomed to completing tasks. He finds 2 vacant cages and gold-filled chests when he vanquishes the robbers. An attendant is in the presence of Triton, the Lord of Diento, and a short, obese man, in a royal palace. Triton is furious because both of his plans, sending the bandits to kill Lauren and the basilisks to assault the region around Luvierte, failed. He worked in the shadows for a prince of the Rotten Kingdom by the name of Dakars. Luvierte is strategically significant for conquering the Western Kingdom, thus Dakhars intends to conquer it. Triton also oversees an unauthorized elf slave trade, and his son Yudalin is at the moment leading the captives. A hooded woman ambushes Ark within the cave. He successfully repels her vicious attacks despite hers. He realizes she is the pink-haired elf he had previously seen in town when her hood comes off. The elf is sure Ark is one of the criminals responsible for taking the elven kids she came to save. She ceases her attacks, though, when Ponta appears. She is aware that Ponta is a spirit being, and that such beings would never stick by a horrible person. She apologizes to Ark after realizing he isn't a bandit and explains that she came here to free the elves who had been taken and sold into slavery. She declines Ark's offer to assist her discover the elves, stating that it is something the elves should handle on their own. Ark informs her that he spotted empty cages in the cave. She departs before she can finish her sentence. Since she is the first elf he has ever met, Ark resolves to try and locate her again later at the inn. The following day, Ark teleports around in an effort to locate the elven woman. Ponta is wandering around the elf forest when he hears something. A gang of elf hunters nearby manage to apprehend a fugitive elf slave. They bring her back to her camp, where a cage contains 3 other elves. The escaping elf is mercilessly threatened by Yudalin, Triton's son. Ark notices everything that is going on from behind some bushes, but before he can take action, the pink-haired elf shows up and fights the elf hunters. The pink-haired elf is attacked by several hunters, but she easily dispatches them all. Suddenly, Yudalin orders the pink-haired elf to cease attacking and holds the 4 captive elves hostage. When Ark emerges from the bushes and realizes Yudalin is in jeopardy, he knocks her unconscious so the pink-haired elf can finish the fight. They discover the captured elves have man-eating collars that sap their magical energy later. The pink-haired elf is unable to undo them, but Ark does so effortlessly and heals all the elves' wounds. The captive elves are freed by a pair of cloaked elves, who thank Ark before departing. The elf with pink hair introduces herself as Arian and said she has never met a powerful and caring human like Ark. Arian wants to hire Ark as a mercenary and he agrees because he has earned her trust. The two of them journey to Diento, where they encounter Danko, an elven colleague of Arian's. Danko informs them as they are seated in an inn that he has discovered the site of a building in Diento where more kidnapped elves were brought. They make the choice to wait until after dark before entering the building to free them. As Danko, Arian, and Ark leave at night, they are unaware that a ninja is after them. The 3 of them enter through a window after Ark teleports them to the building's roof. As they continue throwing, they are shocked to discover corpses in several of the rooms, all of which had been killed in the same manner. Each of them examines a different area of the building after splitting away. The ninja who was previously following Ark attacks him as he enters one of the rooms and discovers more dead. He observes that the ninja is a female with tail and animal ears. Ninja stops moving. He apologizes to Ark after learning that he is not one of the thieves. She informs Ark that, assuming he came to save the elves in the first place, the majority of them are held hostage below, with 2 of them being held captive in the Lord's palace. Ark receives a scroll from her before she strangely promises to see him again before leaving through the window. As Ark opens a scroll, a contract for the purchase of elf slaves is inside. As Arian and Danko reunite, they all 3 notice that the contract makes reference to the Lord of Diento. They are being attacked by a group of thugs as they are having a conversation. They are easily defeated by Arian as she uses a spell to put her blade on fire and burn them. Ark and the others release the captured elves as they slowly approach the underground lair. Everyone is teleported outside of town by Ark. Arian and Ark go to the Lord's palace while Danko stays with the freed elves. They loudly break in and notify the security but are able to quickly hide. They breach a wall to enter the Lord's room where they encounter Triton, Yudalin, and the 2 abducted elves. Triton becomes enraged, but Arian stops him by kicking him in the crotch. Ark unintentionally discovers a secret room while pursuing after a horrified Yudalin. Triton is being beaten by the 2 kidnapped elves as a troop of guards enters the area. After dispatching them with her fiery blade, Arian instructs the 2 elves to find Danko. When Ark discovers that the secret room is loaded with gold, he chooses to take it with him. Arian praises Ark and compensates him for his mercenary labor after teleporting outdoors. Arian encourages Ark to travel with her to the Elf Kingdoms and continue assisting her in rescuing elves who have been taken hostage by other humans since he currently has no quests to complete. Though Ark is excited, he decides to go with her anyhow. He will need to meet with an elf elder to request permission to travel to the elf realms. Arian vows she won't attack Ark if he reveals her his face, despite Ark's claim that he can never take off his helmet. When Ark takes off his helmet, Arian is startled by how skeleton he looks. He tells her he woke up one day in these regions and looked like this rather than telling her the truth about being transported to this planet. She acknowledges that he isn't really an undead skeleton and declares her trust in him while pledging to keep his true identity a secret. They shake hands and resolve to work together once more. A few days later, the monarch known as Carlin speaks to his sons and daughter in Olaf, the capital of the Rodent Kingdom. Without knowing the specifics, they are talking about the incident in Lord Triton's palace. The first prince, Sect, asserts that the catastrophe was caused by elves. The Lord of Diento was previously charged for selling elves into slavery in defiance of the pact between humans and elves. Dakar, the second prince, objects vehemently and asserts that the sect shouldn't charge nobility just on the basis of rumors. The king thinks an investigation ought to be done. If the Triton reports are accurate, according to Uriarna, the elves may decide to terminate their trade agreements with Limbol, the only domain that does business with them. Rodent Kingdom would be blamed and tensions would increase if someone from Diento made the elves cease exchanging magical items and human runestones. Uriarna is instructed by the king to travel to Limbol and make plans to meet with the elves. Arian and Ark go through a forest in the direction of the Elflands until they arrive at a river, where they make camp and spend the night. The following day, Uriarna speaks with her attendant, Ferna, at Olaf. Knowing that Dakars is participating in the elf trade and that the cult is also aware of this worries her. In order for Dakar or Uriarna to take the throne, Sect intends to get rid of him. Ark and Arian arrive at a large gate flanked by palisades as they make their way through the forest. It leads to the elven town of Lalatoya. They arrive at a home hidden inside a massive tree, where the elder, a startlingly young guy named Dylan, welcomes them along with his wife, Glennie. The senior and his wife are revealed to be Arian's parents, much to Ark's amazement. They converse after entering the house over tea and subsequently throughout dinner. Ark removes his helmet and they all walk together in peace after Arian informed her parents of his true look. Hello, thanks for reading through to the finish. Give the video a like if you liked it. It only takes a split second, yet to us, it is everything. I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.